son of Porthos. Margaret Dunn's adaptation from the well-known novel by Alexandre Dumas, a George Edwards production. It is midsummer, July 1678, a calm and radiant summer day. The River Loire ambling peacefully along between its tall green banks, the gentle French countryside streaming quietly beneath the warm afternoon sun. Along this peaceful road comes the coach from Nantes. Six fine horses plunging along, tossing their heads, the hot dust rising in clouds above them, for this is the Paris coach. But the day is hot, the dust suffocating, and the road from Nantes climbs steeply uphill and down dale.
Whoa there! Steady on now! Move back! All out, gentlemen! All out here! Steep hill ahead!
The occupants of the coach come stumbling out, grumbling, muttering among themselves.
Now, get up there! Get up there!
And the Paris coach starts off again, creaking and swaying up the hill. Its only remaining occupant, a young lady dozing quietly in the corner. The other passengers trudge wearily beside it, all silent, save one middle-aged merchant who is airing his grievances in no uncertain fashion.
Not only does one have to walk up these hills, but one is forced to climb with all the dust of the coach blowing in one's face. I never did like this countryside.
Why, truly, sir, I thought it most attractive.
It depends, young sir, which way one's eyes should rove. If one looks towards the coach, for instance, then one sees the beautiful mamselle sleeping so softly in her corner. And that, I grant you, is a pleasant sight.
I do assure you, monsieur, it was the countryside.
You, a pretty girl to drive beside you in the coach, and all this climbing and dust counts for naught. Truly, this is one time when I'd cheerfully change my sex. And then I could ride peacefully in the coach like the young lady there, while you strode up the hill on your 7-leagued boots, your great sword rattling against your legs like a plowshare. You so solidly built you never notice. Me.
Well, we are nearly there, sir. Almost to the top of the rise.
Praise be for that. But mark my words, unless I'm mistaken, the top of this rise will but show another not far distant.
No, you are wrong, monsieur. The road runs straight and level from here on. See.
I find it difficult to believe. Level as you say, though, I must admit. But dusty. See that cloud rising there in the distance? What would that be? Another coach?
No, not a coach, but horses, unless I'm mistaken.
Horses? I don't like it at all. Horses they are, unless my eyes are failing me.
Your eyes do not play you false this time, monsieur. A company, I'd say, and coming this way fast. What ho there, driver! Do you recognize this lot?
Yes, I recognize them. They are the company of the Royal Marauders, sir.
Royal Marauders? A strange title, though no doubt a fitting one, for I do not like to think, Master Driver, that you intend playing tricks on us.
No, indeed. You'd best be straight with us, for the young gentleman speaking to you could knock you right into the dust of the road with but a light touch of his hand.
Oh, heaven forbid, my dear sirs, that I should do anything so impertinent. Trifle with you, sirs. It is the truth I tell you. I never tell a falsehood on me word. The Royal Marauders, that is how that regiment is known in these parts. I assure you it has been out on campaign for many a month.
A campaign. You hear that, comrade? That explains it.
Out on campaign, but against whom? So far as I know, the province of Anjou has not risen against the king's authority. However, we'll soon find out, for they're practically upon us.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of them.
They're just our number, then. The game is even.
Good day to you, gentlemen. Well met. A silent bunch of travelers by my notes. Gentlemen, I ask you to consider me the most humble, obedient, and devoted of your servants.
And we are yours, sir?
I hope so, indeed. Allow me to present myself. You see before you all the Chevalier Conde de Corvo, Colonel in His Majesty's service.
Oh, there you see. All is well, Colonel.
Colonel, my dear sir, is just a manner of speaking. As for my regiment, company, to be more precise, you see behind me my companion. Lockbreaker, pillager, plucker, and pickpurse. A worthy lot.
Upon my word, that's a strange name.
And bold ill for us, I'll be bound. I knew the moment I saw them.
Now I'm going to fill my muster list. I have the recruits, but no equipment. And for this reason, I solicited from the Provost Salma the honor of escorting honest gentry through this lonely countryside.
Is that all you wanted? To escort us safely?
To escort you safe to town and defend you, if need be, from all vexations, exactions, or a guilty enterprise.
Oh, she's quaking in my knees. Oh, what a relief this is. I knew the very moment I set eyes on this elegant company.
And all this, gentlemen, for a miserable remuneration.
Oh, what's that now? Suppose we do not wish for an escort guard. What then?
Alas, if you were foolish enough to decline my generous offer, why then the outlook would be black for you indeed. Nobody would be responsible, and there are many rogues in these parts.
It's just like...
Lockbreaker, pillager, men, look to your muskets, while I extract a miserable donation from these trembling travelers. Now, Master Driver, open your book. Let us know with whom we deal. Who's first on your list today?
Master Living, public notary of Nantes.
100 pistols from the man of law. Oh, yes. And as a keepsake, that watch I see sticking out of your pocket. Here is my hat upon the ground. Regard it, dear friends, as the cashier's box. Throw in your donation, Master Notary.
Robbing an old man of all he has in the world. Shame on you.
And the silver buckles from your shoes, my friend. I have a fancy for them.
Pierre Trogoff, sardine merchant of Croatia.
Fish is plentiful this year. 50 pistols and the jewels from your ear.
Not my earring.
I trust you'll not be foolish enough to compel me to take them myself. My knife hand is clumsy, and it would be a pity if I took your ear with it. Thank you.
Squire Joel of Loch Maria.
Squire no less. Which one is he? It is I. By the pride of Lucifer. Here we have a young Chanticleer haughtily set on his spurs. And if the wind takes him to swell the ranks of my company, I'd make an aide-de-camp of him. What say you to that, eh? Do you agree?
No, because I have no wish to die by the hangman's rope.
The young fellow has a taste for wit, and I'm fond of a jolly fellow. I give you 5 minutes to make up your mind. Accept service under my colors, or cut me down hush money as recompense for losing so stout a recruit. Any more on the bill, Master Driver?
The Lady Aurore de Tremblay.
Oh, some old dowager, I'll be bound. Where is the respected lady?
Why are you wanting me?
Not such a dowager after all.
Here, sir, is the money you were waiting for. I give you half of what I was carrying to town, and the other portion does not belong to me, but to 2 orphans whose cause I go to plead.
Noble damsel, gentle pleader, you have no need of money, for your beauty will carry all the price.
Sir?
Whereby I deduce the orphans no longer need your purse, I do. Nor does your beauty need the added charm of that diamond.
Oh, sir, I have already explained. You would not take
your purse and your diamond? You should thank me for being so moderate. Gentlemen riders of the King's Highway would require much more.
This ring is of no value, a keepsake only.
From some gallant, no doubt? Fear not, my pretty one. You'll have no difficulty in finding another in Paris to make a finer gift than that.
How dare you? How dare you speak to me like that? Coward! Is it because no man is here to defend me that you dare? Coward, I say...
Oh, the lady has spirit. I like a lass with fire in her eyes. Be it battle then, my pretty dear. I'll take not only your ring, but a kiss for the price of victory.
Stand back! Neither ring nor kiss you'll claim this day.
Put me down. Help! Help! Fire on him! Lockbreaker, fire!
Fire on me if you will. But Colonel Corbeuf here will collect your bullets.
Help! Put me down!
Quiet now. You're no more weight than chicken to me. Look, I can hold you at arm's length and shake you like a dog does his bone. See? I hold you out like a shield for me. Do you still want him to fire, eh?
No, don't fire. Put me down.
All in good time. Now, friend, if you value your skins and that of your colonel, we offer to you as fast as you can ride.
See, they've gone. As fast as their skinny mounts will take them.
Now, my captain of cutthroats, show me your blade.
Monsieur Joel, I ask you to allow me one request.
Any request of yours is law to me.
Then let him go. I ask it as a favor.
This knave? Why, he insulted you. I can do no less than slay him at your feet.
You may have found it easy to take me by surprise. But in a fair fight, I assure you
I beg you, do not fight. Tom, you are noble?
I come of blood on my father's side.
Then please, do not cross swords with this ragged captain.
Since it is your wish, I cannot but do as you ask. Off with you then, and thank this lady that I let you go.
So you grant me mercy, do you, my pair of turtle doves? Mercy! It is the privilege of the aristocracy. And since I am not worthy to meet your sword, I need not grant mercy.
Mercy for him, and he's going to shoot.
Mademoiselle! Oh, she has been hurt. He has killed her. Mademoiselle Aurore. Oh, she has been hurt. He has killed her.
No, she's only fainted. Easy breathe.
Mademoiselle, speak to me. What has happened? Were you hit?
There appears to be no wound. I tell you, she's only fainted.
If only someone had some smelling salt.
With spice and pepper.
Or a dash of cold water.
Mademoiselle, see. She flutters her eyelids a little. Mademoiselle. Oh, if I thought that villain had harmed a hair of her head, I'd pursue him to the ends of the earth. Mademoiselle.
It really is a most inconvenient spot to faint. For some reason, I've taken a dislike to this part of the road. We could leave it quickly. Oh, what is that?
Oh, it looks like another coach coming towards us.
I'll hail them as they draw level. Hold there! Hold, whoever you are! We need help for a young lady. What is it? This young lady whom you see, she's hurt. There has been an accident.
One moment. Lady hurt? I am at your orders, sir. But you are wounded.
I? Oh, it is only a scratch. I beg of you, do not worry about me. It is this young lady.
I will see what I can do for her. Yes. Esteban, my surgical case. Rest assured, young sir, there is nothing to fear. This young lady is simply under the sway of an attack of nerves produced by emotion. Without being a great physician, I warrant I can relieve her.
I am indeed grateful to you, sir, for anything you can do.
It is an honor, I assure you. Thank you, Esteban. Now. There. This calming medicine is good for affections of this nature. You will find it almost instantaneous in its results. See. She is breathing more easily already, and the color's coming back to her cheeks.
But she has not yet opened her eyes.
Oh, the impatience of youth. Fear not, my young friend. The lady will recover consciousness very soon now. But will you not think of having your wound attended to?
Wound? A bandage saturated in salt and water and will not even leave a mark. It's only a graze. The bullet merely glanced off the temple.
You withstood 2 bullets, not 1.
You appear to have had quite an adventure. What became of the second bullet?
It seemed to strike him on the chest. We saw him stagger under it.
My chest? Why, yes. See, the knave aimed well. You see it flattened on a leather belt, which carries my 500 livres in hard cash. If it had been paper money, why, it would have interfered with my meals, I warrant. As it is only a bruise.
I compliment you on your escape, but time presses and our patient still needs attention. Is she your sister by chance? Your betrothed, by good fortune.
I only know her from having traveled in her company these past few hours.
Do you know her destination?
I think she is for Paris, like the rest of us.
Is there no relative of hers among the passengers, or was she alone?
It seems so.
Oh, in that case, I offer to see her on her way to safety.
You mean take her away?
Oh, only as far as her destination. Master Driver, where do you change horses?
At the Golden Heron in Salmer.
And how long does it take you to reach there?
Oh, an hour at least.
Ah, then you will find your lady there.
I ask your pardon, monsieur.
What is it?
That is, if you...
My young friend, surely I am not compelled to ask you by what right you interfere to oppose this act of humanity. No matter, say no more. You are young and impetuous, and I forgive you with a true heart for having forgotten that a lady is always safe under my honor. We will meet again at the Golden Heron. Monsieur de Bois-Laurier?
Your Reverence.
Oh, monsieur, you forget I am no longer reverend.
I beg pardon. You crept up so quietly on me, I was startled. I should have said, my Lord Duke.
Wrong again, Bois-Laurier. Duke of Almada, I may be, but at the moment I must preserve the strictest incognito until I reach Paris.
Then,
Chevalier d'Herblay is my name.
Chevalier d'Herblay it is. Oh, what joy to meet here at the Golden Heron. An unexpected joy.
Unexpected? And yet I think you knew I would be here.
I was advised of the route you took from Spain, monsieur.
I thought so. A roundabout way, but necessary. But tell me, you come specially to see me?
I waited here at the Golden Heron where I thought we'd attract least attention.
You did well. What news do you bring? Not good news, I'll warrant, if one may judge by the length of your face.
Grave news indeed, my lord. The king's new favorite is dead.
Dead? Mademoiselle de Fontaine's dead?
It is true, my lord.
Oh, dead and scarcely 20. A shocking thing indeed, poor girl. How suddenly death struck.
And how quickly fate disposes of plans we have taken so long to mature.
That a young girl's life should end so suddenly, that is shocking indeed. Give me the facts, Bois-Laurier. Mademoiselle de Fontaine was my protégée. She was to have been my ear and my mouth at court. It was I who influenced the king indirectly, as you know, to take an interest in her.
Of course I know that, my lord. It meant a great deal to you to have de Fontaine as the king's favorite in place of Madame de Montespan.
Indeed it did. Athénée de Montespan is no friend of mine, but come to the point, speak without reticence, and omit nothing which might enlighten me.
Mademoiselle de Fontaine committed 3 mistakes. She insulted Madame de Montespan and paraded in front of her a triumph at replacing her in the king's affections.
A very human failing.
Secondly, she took into her service a valet who came from Madame de Montespan. And thirdly, she accepted a cup of milk from this fellow's hand and drank it at one draught when she was thirsty.
So, poison, then. This is a grave accusation you make, Bois-Laurier.
It is not my intention, but the general belief. Certain facts brought out at the inquest prove it.
And what facts are these?
It was established that Madame de Montespan tried to remove her rival by infected garments and gloves, then resorted to a professional poisoner known as Lavoisin.
Lavoisin?
It is plain that Lavoisin made away with Mademoiselle de Fontaine, and she was burned for her troubles.
And the Marchioness, Madame de Montespan, did she then escape justice?
Oh, my lord. You know the Marchioness as well as I. She bribed someone to arrange a meeting between herself and the king, at which she passed, as only she can do, from weeping to recrimination, and thence to a very high-handed manner.
I can imagine it. It is a woman's way of conducting business, and a dangerous one. I take it, then, that she is forgiven?
Completely. She has no rival now in the king's eye.
Oh, well, that leaves us where we began, Bois-Laurier. With the proud Athénée at court, firmer and mightier than ever, we have no influence with the king at all.
He is no friend of ours, my lord. What steps do you suggest now?
What steps? My friend, we must find us another Mademoiselle de Fontaine, another young and pliable beauty to take the eye of the fickle Louis, and to take orders from the King of Spain. This we must do, but Bois-Laurier, Where are we to find such a one?
Someone knocked. Were you expecting someone, my lord?
No. Oh, but wait. Of course, it is the young man from the Nantes coach.
From the coach, my lord.
1 moment, please, 1 moment. It is a long story, I will tell you later. I brought here a young lady who was indisposed. She is resting upstairs. This young man has come to inquire for her, if I am not mistaken. Enter.
Monsieur, it is I, Joel. We do not stay here long, monsieur, and I am anxious. Can you inform me when I shall be able to see Mademoiselle du Tremblay?
Immediately. See, even the impatience of youth is rewarded. Mademoiselle is quite recovered. I'll pull the bell, and I'm sure that she'll be with you at once. She is as impatient to meet her champion as you are to see her.
I thank you heartily, sir, and allow me to present my most humble and sincere apologies for a bad thought I entertained.
I know you thought I had eloped with your companion. You should have had more respect for my white hair.
Indeed, sir. But there is such a weight about my heart.
Then it should be lifted now, my friend, for here is Mademoiselle herself.
Monsieur, I have come to express my thanks to you, Chevalier, for the attention and care you gave me without knowing who I was.
Dear lady, I am well repaid in seeing you so radiant and well again.
And to you, monsieur, who so gallantly defended me.
Indeed, it is I who must thank you, lady.
Permit me to ask one question. Your name is not unfamiliar to me. Are you by any chance related to that de Tremblay who was governor of the Bastille?
He was my uncle, monsieur, but died some time ago. I am an orphan, and it is on behalf of my younger brothers and sisters I go now to Paris, to gain for them by law what is theirs by right. Alas, we have greedy relatives, and our need is great.
I wish you every success, dear lady.
And may I not know your name, monsieur, before we part?
They call me Monsieur d'Herblay. And now, sir, if I am permitted one last recommendation, take Mademoiselle to the dining room and see that she eats heartily before going off on the last part of her journey.
I will indeed.
And now, good luck to you both. Farewell. We may meet again.
Farewell, monsieur.
My grateful thanks are always yours, Chevalier.
A handsome couple, Bois-Larrier. A simple lad and of such great stature. He brings to mind my old friend Porthos.
Is that all they bring to your mind, my lord?
How well you read my mind. No, my friend, that is not all. A lovely child, Mademoiselle du Tremblay, and gentle too. An orphan, she said.
Yes, my lord.
Then salute her lowliness, Bois-Larrier. She is the rising star. Mademoiselle du Tremblay, unless I am mistaken, will displace La Montespan. My friend, we have found the woman we seek.
Whoa there, whoa! Whoa now! All out, gentlemen. All out here. Keep hill ahead. All out now and spare the horses.
Grumbling and muttering, the passengers descend to trudge wearily uphill beside the coach. But two of them do not grumble. For them, this is a heaven-sent chance to walk quietly together, to talk without being overheard. Joël and the lovely Aurore de Tremblay walk together like old friends.
Does your head still pain you, monsieur?
Truly, it was nothing. Naught but a graze. You should not worry over it. It is nothing.
I was the cause of it, however unwitting.
It would have been a joy to shed all my lifeblood on your behalf, mademoiselle.
A speech worthy of a courtier, monsieur, but uttered with true country sincerity. But may I not know to whom it is I must be ever grateful for saving me this day? I know your name is Joël, for that you've told me. But have you no other?
Alas, I do not know.
You do not know? Oh, you do not wish to say. I ask your pardon then for prying. It was only that I wished...
Oh, mademoiselle, you do not understand. If I had a name, most gladly would I give it you. But I speak the truth when I say I do not know. It is because of this I go to Paris.
Monsieur Joël, if you do not wish to speak of these things to a stranger, believe me, I do not ask.
Oh, You are no stranger, mademoiselle. For somehow I feel I have known you and will know you a long while. I should be glad to tell you my story.
Then I shall be glad to listen.
I come from Locmaria, near La Belle-Île-en-Mer, where there was a great siege many years ago when Fouquet was the High Lord Treasurer of France.
I have heard of it.
My father was a musketeer known to his friends and to my mother simply as Porthos.
Porthos? A strange name.
He had 3 close friends, Aramis, Athos, and D'Artagnan.
Aramis? Athos? Oh, no doubt these were but cloaks to their real identities.
Indeed, that is what I wish to discover, their real identities. For until I know that, I do not know my name. My father, Porthos, disappeared before I was born. My mother believed him killed.
She did not know?
Never for certain. Proof came but recently.
In what manner, monsieur?
A very strange manner indeed. You must know that I was involved in a quarrel during which I was taunted with my lack of a name.
I should have thought you were not of a size to take such taunts quietly.
Indeed, but when the accusation is so true, what was I to reply? They said without a name I had no right to bear a sword.
And yet you carry the biggest sword I have ever seen.
I did not then. I was so angry at these words, so humiliated by my own impotence. I ran away. I hid myself on the beach at Locmaria, the very beach where they say this great fight I have mentioned took place. There is a great pile of rocks there, by local legend called the Giant's Tomb. Some great fighter is purported to be buried there.
What did you do there?
I called upon the name of my father, Porthos, the only name I knew. I begged him to come to my aid, and then I saw a vision.
A vision? Oh, monsieur, such things do not happen.
And yet I swear it happened to me. It was a vision of my father, an immense man in Musketeer's tunic, a great sword in his hand. I rushed toward him, calling, begging him to stay. And then he was gone.
You were dreaming, monsieur.
No, for see what I found. On the very spot where he had stood, this sword, so big that surely only he and I can manage it.
Strange indeed.
My mother swears it is my father's very sword. You see the inscription clearly marked, though worn with years.
One for all for one.
My mother, rest her soul, took this proof. Her dear Porthos was indeed dead. And she herself died then, for she had no will to live.
Poor soul. And you?
I go to Paris. With but slender clues, admittedly, but with youth and determination on my side. I go to find myself a name, to find the title hid behind the cloak of Porthos, to prove I am a gentleman by birth, with every right to carry this great sword, which fate and my father have yielded up to me.
Then you are here. Oh, it is very dark. But see, there are the twin towers of Notre Dame.
Paris.
What is the matter, Monsieur Joël? Does the enormity of your search appall you now it comes so close?
Indeed. No, it is just that now we must part.
But surely not forever. It is only mountains never meet.
Then I may see you again?
Of course. I go to stay with an elderly and distant relative in the Rue des Tournelles, in the neighborhood of the Palais Royal. Every evening for Vespers, Monsieur Joël, I shall go to the Church of St. Paul. A church is a public place, monsieur. Anyone may enter there.
As Joël and Mademoiselle Aurore reluctantly part company at the terminus of the Nantes coach, 2 women pause before a small dark house in the Rue de Bouloir. They wear the pointed muslin caps of the middle classes, but there is an unmistakable arrogance in their knock. The door is quickly opened by a silent Negro in Oriental costume, and the two sweep in with a courtly dignity.
Truly, madame, I do not like this place. I am afraid.
Oh, come, Francoise. What talk is this? You normally so tranquil. What has become of your usual common sense?
I do not know, madame. Indeed, I don't. I feel a strangeness here, as if great things were brewing in fate's cauldron.
Indeed, I hope you are right. Why otherwise should I, Marchioness de Montespan, undisputed favorite of King Louis XIV of France, why should I wait upon a fortune-teller, such as this Thérèse Lesage we now visit?
They say she is the daughter of La Voisin.
And what of it? La Voisin was burned to death.
Someone is coming.
How do you do, ladies? For despite your humble garb, ladies. In you I hail birth, beauty, and rank. I hail fortune, which is going to offer its most amazing boon to one of you in making her a queen.
A queen? You hear that, Francoise? Am I to be a queen, then?
It is you who wishes to be first to question fate.
I am the first.
Then come with me.
You will wait here, Francoise. You will be quite safe, I assure you. And it will be your turn next.
Come.
I come, mademoiselle. My Lady Marchioness, do me the honor to take a seat. Now, will you deign to show your hand? Yes, it is noble and severe, so graceful in shape and pretty. It is larger than usual, which denotes a decisive mind, capable of bold deeds. This hand is fit to wield a scepter. Ah, so you were born in 1641. You are 37 years old. These things I know. What I want you to divine is, shall I be queen of France? You are even now what you wish, but there is yet an obstacle. It will be removed. You mean Queen Teresa? Her days are numbered, and death awaits her. Are you certain? You see this card, the 7 of clubs. So many years are left her as there are points on this card. The cards, madame, never lie. Enough, then. You need read no farther. If your prediction comes to pass, your fortune is made. This is first for your trouble. If only the throne be empty, rely on my taking it and holding it. Lady, you have not yet attained your mark. See how the wand moves. The wand? My rod here on the table. Quite involuntarily, it bent at your brave words. I did not notice it. What does it signify? An obstacle in your path. Another. I shall overcome it. Does the fiery charioteer perceive the rut in which his steed hurls all to ruin? See, the wand continues to vibrate. Lady, have a care. Why should I care? Mistrust everybody. Harm comes from a woman whom you will have befriended. Beware of disgrace from one even now entering your orbit. Thanks for the warning, good witch. I shall remember it. But who will dare in the court of France to dispute with me the inheritance of that wretch de Pontage? And I will send my friend to you. Tell her some pretty, harmless tale, for she is a gentle soul and terrified of your wizard's paraphernalia. Come, Francoise. Come. Now it is your turn. I shall wait outside for you. I am ready then. Farewell, mademoiselle, and many thanks. You have told me all I wanted to know. Let us hope for your sake and mine it may be true. You see this, madame?
I am coming. Here is my hand. What do you read in it?
I do not need it to raise a corner of the veil over your future. It is sufficient for me to look upon your face. You have seen sickness, poverty, humiliation, suffering. Fate ruled that you should be widowed young, left penniless, thrown upon the mercies of distant relatives.
I should have starved thus the Marchioness.
You may marry again.
Alas, who would want me now? I am no longer a girl. I have no money.
Yes, I tell you, your fortune will astound the world and history. The goal will not be reached by the proud woman who has just left me, but by you. I tell you that your troubles are well nigh ended. You'll be guided out of your gloom by a ray from the crown of France. A great monarch will love you. You, not Aeneas, will be queen of France.
There they go. The court's great lady. Out in the streets, alone and unafraid.
Did I do well, Porthos? Did I say what you wanted me to? Have I done what I should?
You did well, Therese, except for two things.
What did I do wrong?
I thought we'd agreed to tell Madame d'Aubigny a harmless tale just to keep her amused. And you spilled such dangerous words as Queen of France.
I couldn't help it, Porthos. I couldn't. What I said was the truth.
No matter. Your second mistake was the worst.
What else did I do?
You were so carried away with the lady's aura and the fate you say is hers, you forgot to take her purse.
Oh, what are you doing?
Putting on my coat? You don't think that I'm ungentlemanly enough to let the future queen stagger all the way back to the Palais Royal carrying so weighty a purse?
Oh, no, you mustn't. The Marchioness is a great lady. If you were seen...
Have no fear. No one will see me. The streets of Paris are full of thieves and robbers by night. I shall return safely to you with the purse of the future Queen of France.
As the small, dark shadow of Walton slips silently out into the Paris streets, another larger shadow is standing not far away. It is Joël, hesitant, uncertain of himself in this strange, dark capital. Since Mademoiselle de Tremblay has announced her intention of staying near the Palais Royal, Joël also is determined to find lodging in that quarter. But Paris is dark, deserted, and unfriendly.
Truly, what a great city is this capital of France. Without doubt, a place to be admired. But alas, I am lost, and there is no one from whom to ask my way.
The sly shadow that is Walton slips unnoticed past him, but the quick, hurrying footsteps of two ladies sound welcoming in his ears.
At last, the place is not deserted after all. Citizens' wives out late at night, surely they will know the way. But by my troth, how fast they walk.
With quick stride, Joël follows, but the ladies go faster yet.
Madame, without doubt we are pursued. You are right. I must have been recognized. Alas, I have many enemies at court, and now they have hired an assassin to be rid of me. And did you see the size of him? Madame, he is a giant. You started shadows, Francoise. It is the light makes him appear so tall. Oh, Madame, I can go no further. I am blessed with courage, Francoise. Here is a new bridge. We may meet a patrol or night watch who will protect us. Turn down this little lane. We may avoid him by so doing.
They turn quickly into the dark alleyway, Francoise glancing fearfully back over her shoulder. At the corner, the quiet shadow that is Walton waits in a dark doorway, muttering softly to himself. As Joël approaches, he calls to him.
Well met, comrade.
Who's that? I cannot see. What are you doing there in that dark doorway?
Waiting, comrade?
Then perhaps you could tell me...
Which way the birds have flown. But certainly, down the lane they went fast as their pretty feet could take them. But they'll be back. But it's a dead end. And so I wait. And you with me, no doubt.
I do not understand you.
I suppose it will be the usual division, share and share alike. One of them carries a heavy purse, I know.
What? Do you take me for a thief, then?
Oh, I love a man with a sense of humor. Quiet. Here they come, lad.
And there you go, villain! And that'll teach you, comrade. Lie in the gutter, then, and consider your misdeeds. Ladies, you may come forward now. I have disposed of this rogue. And in return, I ask a very small favor.
A favor?
It is very small, I do assure you. But I should be most grateful if you could direct me to the Palais Royal.
Direct you? Oh, what a privilege you are. That you have followed us so long.
Madam, I have been forced to gallop after you. For I am a stranger here, and cannot find my way without help. I mean no blame to you when I say you have given me much trouble.
Then you are not a thief?
Indeed, no, madam. I should be truly obliged if you could direct me on my road.
One moment, sir. I take you to be the Lance Cavalier.
That I could not say. Perhaps if the test be to chastise such a knave as he there in the gutter. But what more can I do for you?
Paris at night is no place for helpless women, monsieur. We have been misled from our path, and may have further such ugly meetings before we reach home. We cannot yet dispense with the chill of your arm and your ready courage. I beg you, sir, do not leave us weak and lonely in the dead of night.
Oh, indeed. I had my plea, sir, but I am much afraid.
Ladies, in that case, I am at your service.
Then take my arm, sir, and we will go. Tell me, sir, what business have you at the Palais Royal?
I have acquaintances there. Persons whom I ought to keep near to in order to lend them assistance when required.
What may your name be?
I am not sure what it may be, but it is Joel, for want of a better. May I ask yours?
Athénaeus.
And it fits you like a glove. Athénaeus. A name both majestic and impossible.
And you think I am a little that way?
Indeed, yes. You wear the dress of a citizen's wife, but you look like a great lady of the court.
Oh, no, sir, such a compliment. It is plain Brittany belongs to France. You dress like a countryman, but your tongue is silvered like a true courtier.
And yet I am a countryman, plain and simple.
Neither plain nor simple, if my eyes do not deceive me. Oh, Squire Joel, how slippery the pavements are. Hold tight to my arm, I beg of you, that I may be safe.
With pleasure, Mistress Athénaeus. But what about your friend? May she not slip also?
Francois is very steady-footed.
I thank you for your thoughtfulness, monsieur.
Squire Joel, I waited that you came to Paris to seek your fortune. Am I right?
Yes, again, and you will be wrong. To make my fortune is my aim.
So, Dame Fortune is the only one of the fickle sex that attracts you.
Woman? Oh, dear, no, not a woman, but a man I come to seek.
A patron lord, perhaps?
A lord, I believe, but more than a patron. The arbiter of my future, my fate, my all.
Sounds dramatic, indeed. Whom do you seek, then?
Watch your footing here, Mr. Athénaeus. The road is very rough.
I was asking you for whom you search.
A little to the left. Mind the water.
Oh, you Breton. Is it thus you throw the hounds off the scent? Politeness merely veils a secret you do not wish to disclose.
It does not belong to me, mistress, but to one who is dead.
Keep it then, my friend. That is not the sort they steal in Paris. But tell me, if you do not find this man, what then?
Become a soldier of the king.
I am certain you would make your way where there are blows to deal and dangers to face. Such good looks and valor. My companion, have you not a sweetheart?
I have not what we call a sweetheart, but my beloved.
Oh, heavens, the lad is besotted. Tell me, sir, how long have you been affected this way?
To speak the truth, lady, only this evening.
And how did you know?
By my heart, mistress. My pulse beat as if I had a fever. The blood rushed about me as though it was water when a dam had burst, and seemed a fiery fluid. My heart grew too large for my breast, and my temples were encircled with a crown of fire.
Why, this is the grand passion, or I am no judge. Such a flame is not often encountered. The real one, good and ardent.
Never before did womankind produce such an effect on me. You take it if it seems natural.
And what do you offer this lady?
All that I have. Nothing to speak of but my life.
So, you would defend this idol against anybody. And if anyone conspired her injury?
I would kill. Even you would I kill.
Even me? You mean, can I have heard aright? You would kill even me?
I would stab the king himself if he intended mischief to Aurore.
Aurore?
The lady of my love. Oh, I have never loved before, nor shall I love but her. And she shall be my wife, I swear it, as soon as I can conquer what will make me worthy of her hand. What is it? Why do you take your arm away, mistress?
The roads are no longer slippery. I no longer need your assistance. Besides, we have arrived.
Arrived? Here?
This is called the Grey House. It is where we live.
Madame, my lady, it is you. I was afraid you were so long away.
Really, I am quite safe, as you see. I was well protected. Ask Honorin to have the horses put to the carriage at once, and drive this gentleman to the Palais Royal with all haste. Goodbye to you, then, Squire Joel. It is always folly to set the burden of real love upon one. But when one is trying to reach a fortune, then it is rank stupidity. Farewell.
Farewell, Mistress Athenay. She has gone. What a strange woman.
Squire Joel, my noble friend, the Marchioness de Montespan, who has just left you...
Marchioness? But I thought...
My noble friend, I say, has omitted to thank you for the service you did us. If ever you have need of my services, do not hesitate to come and knock at this door, and call upon your friend, Françoise d'Aubigny.
You are very kind, but I have a strong arm and a great sword. What could you do for me, mistress?
I do not know. But one day you may need a friend. You may need me, Squire Joel, sooner than you think.
At last, the golden days are gone, and the Moorish trumpeter is as empty as my heart since I gave up soldiering. Yes, it was a sad day for the trumpeter when the late king issued his edict against dueling. I tell you, Beast, the meals I'd serve in those days. Why, you'd hardly believe it, boy. After a riot, I'd dish up my mutton to the survivors, and they'd wash it down with the best from my cellars. But now, look at it. Burnt to a crisp for want of customers. Oh, I suppose we'll have to eat it ourselves. Dish it up now while I put up the shutters and bar the door. The day is gone. We'll wait no longer.
Oh, hail, my host and company! Are you quite well? So glad. I feel that way myself. Which noble lord is the proprietor of this casa, as the Italians say?
Oh, I, my gentleman. Stop staring, knave. A dwarf he may be, but customer all the same. This way, my lord. Be seated, good sir.
Gentlemen, you see before you the prodigal son. I am a son of Paris who returns to his native city, the unrivaled, the inimitable. This is my home. In my youth, the very birds picking up crumbs on the pavement knew Renaud Friquet.
Oh, well, delighted to welcome you back then, my master.
I was a choir boy in the cathedral and a wine drawer in the Rue de Calandre. But now I am on the high road to fortune. I have not travelled and warred over half the world, not to know a thing or two. Though I am a Parisian, I can see further than my own belfries, I warrant you.
Oh, yes, we can see that your lordship is no ordinary man.
Little Friquet, they call me, as if a man must be a giant to live well. Well, our king himself is no taller than I, despite the high heels on which he totters round. But let us not discuss royalty. Let me rather talk of myself, though that is repugnant to my delicacy. But I'm not the man to acquaint the whole world with my affairs.
Oh, indeed, no, sir, that is perfectly obvious.
Suffice it, my gentlemen, to say that I come with a recommendation to the Minister of the Navy and 50 pistoles, which I owe to the munificence of Lord Cote de Terran, whom I saved from drowning. You see, a man need not be a colossus to achieve great things. So here I stand in need of a good meal and a good bed. Tell me, good gentlemen, are you prepared to supply these to Renaud Friquet?
My master, I have the room that will suit your lordship admirably.
I take the room.
And if your lordship will deign to be content with a fine leg of mutton...
I take the mutton too. You shall see, my friend, that though Parisians are reckoned dainty, I can use a good knife and fork as well as the neck. May I not rest hereafter if I leave you more than the knuckle?
Hold hard, friend. I hope you will spare me a little. For I have come a long way this day, and have an appetite in proportion to my size.
Truly the manners of these yokels have not improved during my absence. State your business, sir, and be gone.
It was not business that brought me here, but pleasure, I had hoped. Let me remind you, sir, of a saying which so great a traveler and warrior must have heard. It talks of the necessity of charity to your neighbor.
And what do you mean by all that, pray?
I mean that I, too, have come from afar in quest of lodging and something to eat. I shall not be sorry to share with you the delicacies of this establishment. Each pays his scot, share and share alike. Come now. Are you willing?
Bother take you. I ordered that mutton, and I shall keep it.
You are not very polite, but I'm too hungry to be particular and thirsty as an old nail in a vine stake.
Not polite. Get you gone, sir. I was here first, I tell you.
If we don't get something in our teeth soon, sir, there'll be nothing left but our swords and daggers, for we'll have eaten each other. Besides, my friend, I cannot think that you expect to consume such a joint as that alone.
Why not? Why not, indeed?
Because there is a rule against it.
What rule?
The rule of 3. The ability to accomplish the feat must be shown.
Ability? Ability? Man, you have insulted me. Landlord, you hear? He has insulted me.
Oh, a fight, Mr. Okay, a fight. I'll back the giant. Oh, but see, the little one jumps up and down.
Yes, master. You have insulted me, but I know whether I am small or not. But I allow none to remark upon it. Perdition, you shall pay for these affronts.
The landlord can put it on the bill, then. But think, my friend, think before you act. When we have cut a slash or two in our skin...
You seem to be tender about yours.
I did not bring a change with me from Brittany.
You are afraid?
Afraid? I do not know all the words in the Parisian jargon, and so I do not know what you mean.
There is an edict against dueling. Edict? Who cares for edicts? Ah, man, a fight puts an egg on the appetite. Oh, but you must stop them, master. Stop them? On my soul, boy, I'll fight with them. Quiet now, they have their swords unsheathed.
Well, Slowcoat, are you ready? Is it that your sword is too heavy for you? Or do you but put off the evil moment when you cross your sword with mine?
In truth, it is hunger that stops me. Come, let us dine first. And fight afterwards.
No, I itch to fight right now. Death of my life. To it, man, to it!
Very well, then. As you say.
Oh, the coolness of the young giant. Oh. See, Mr. See how easily he handles that great sword as if it were a skewer. Oh, my masters, I will cut his throat. And I'll cut yours if you do not keep quiet. You distract him. Oh, such an impetuous little fellow. See, the swords are entangled up to the hilt.
Oh, so Goliath retreat.
I am not retreating, friend. I am merely breaking free. And in all countries where sword play is a science, to free the blade is part of the game and not a retreat.
Oh, so calmly talk, like a lecturer instructing his students. And the little fellow all fire and quicksilver. Oh, fall plague on it, but the Breton is but fooling. Child's play it is to him. This is no fight.
Horns of a fiend, you are fooling with me.
There is no doubt of it, sir. If I really let myself go, you'd be spitted like the leg of mutton.
I'll not be played with in this fashion. This must be ended now.
I ask for nothing else, for truly I am as hungry. I am hungry to the tip of my toes.
Oh, now they're fighting. Oh, see, he faints in Paris. Oh.
Settle me, kill me outright. I am at your mercy, but do not disarm me.
If I were to kill you, my friend, we should not dine together, and my pleasure would be spoiled. For I look forward to your sprightly company. Here is your sword, friend. Take it, and let us eat like comrades. Do not draw back now from the feast for which you fought so valiantly.
Oh, what a fight. What swordsmanship. Such courage on both sides. Well, don't goggle there, Bistoke. Come set the table, boy.
For two, good lad. No, 3, landlord. For you shall join us too. We shall eat together. Oh, come, my friend, do not stand so silent and ashamed. It was a valiant fight.
My master, I was wrong. I have behaved like a curmudgeon in picking this quarrel with you, instead of merely picking that bone. Will you let this pass and be my friend?
With the greatest of pleasure, and here's my hand upon it. Now, let us give our minds to eating, for fencing within four walls wondrously sharpens the appetite, as our host said. And my hunger is big enough for an army and not one single man.
Fighting may whet the appetite, but food and drink certainly loosen the tongue. And we have had our fill of food and wine and talk.
Good food makes good friends, master.
And we are good friends indeed, for we've all told our stories. Joel looks for a name, I've come to make a fortune, and you, mine host, rue the day you laid down your sword and took up the apron of an innkeeper.
Though we have reason to be thankful for it. Truly, were it not for your good wine and food tonight, I would have starved.
Oh, such an appetite as yours, my master, makes cooking worthwhile. I'd be proud to be of service to such a one. And I can be of further service, too. At least I believe so.
In what way?
These names you mentioned. These three brothers in arms.
Aramis, Athos, and D'Artagnan, you know them.
One of them, Captain D'Artagnan.
Captain? Captain D'Artagnan?
Captain commanding the two companies of the Red and Black Musketeers he was.
But where do I find him now?
That I cannot tell, monsieur. Since the king moved from Paris to Saint-Germain, I no longer know these things. He may be dead now, though we old soldiers have life riveted to our bodies.
One could make inquiries among the musketeers at Saint-Germain.
Would any remember D'Artagnan?
Remember D'Artagnan? May they never rest hereafter if they forgot such a gallant captain. De Brégy at least should know him.
Who is this de Brégy?
He's an old musketeer. He must have served under D'Artagnan for 30 years or more he's been in the service. He's over fond of the wine cup and whipping out his blade, but he's a great fighter, is de Brégy.
And you say he is at Saint-Germain? I shall leave tomorrow. How long will it take me to get there?
2 hours on the good post horse which I will hire you.
Good. I shall leave in the morning. I'll to de Brégy and be back for Vespers. I must be back by Vespers. There is someone else I wish to see.
Écrivain, wake up. Open your eyes. Look over there towards the tennis court. What would you call that queer figure? Well... Oh, I see. Why, it's a real live Breton, fresh from the country, if I'm not mistaken. You can always tell a Breton, Ericourt, by the wide-brimmed hat and the feather in it. And are they all that size? Look at him, a giant, by Jove. Yes, it must be infernally tough not to be drunk to a crisp in this heat. Hot enough to roast a joint. He's coming this way. Wake up, Écrivain. He must have business with us. Oh, who'd want to discuss business in this weather?
Gentlemen, may I ask a question of you? Do you belong to one of the companies of the Royal Musketeers?
You were right, a countryman. We do, as our uniforms should tell you. We are at your service, good Breton.
I only wanted to know if you, or any of your companions, had any knowledge of one Captain D'Artagnan.
Captain D'Artagnan? D'Artagnan, the pride of the regiment. The man whose colors we have the honor to guard. Why, nobody has ever led the Musketeers into more glory and with more energy and fatherly love. You ask if we know D'Artagnan? Why, his memory is preserved as that of our most brilliant officer.
You make me proud and happy. For the officer you speak of was my father's friend.
In that event, we compliment you. For the captain was not prodigal of his friendship, and no man could win it who had not also won his spurs of knighthood on the field of battle.
One word more. You speak of the captain's memory as if he were dead.
Why, he has been out of the army list these 20 years. It is only by legends of the mess room that we know of his exploits. He was killed by a cannonball in Friesland at the very instant when His Majesty's messenger handed him the patent and truncheon of a Marshal of France.
Dead. I should have expected it. And yet it makes my heart ache. But, gentlemen, tell me, do these names mean aught to you? Aramis? Porthos?
Athos. Athos? Porthos? Well, I should remember them if I had heard strange names like that.
They mean nothing to me. But wait. Might not these belong to the intrepid musketeers we call the Inseparables? Écrivaux. You remember the story of D'Artagnan at the siege of La Rochelle?
Why, yes. Our comrades set up a dinner napkin as a standard on the walls they were defending. Could these be the bandages?
It all happened so long ago. We were not born then. Yet there is one might know. Our corporal, Monsieur de Bregy.
He is not always in a talkative mood.
Not when he has left his money on the card table.
Right. Talk of the wolf and you will see his ears. Here he comes now.
You're right.
Then my luck is good.
I'd not count on it, Breton. The old bear has cocked his hat awry. Sure token he's more angry than usual.
How now, me pretty pages? Is it thus you conduct yourselves at the palace gate? Since when in the devil's name have the orders been for soldiers to chat with civilians?
Corporal, this gentleman wants to speak with you.
Oh, what gentleman? I see none.
I come from Master Bonlarron.
That vendor of wine and meats in the Rue Party Mule. I fancy I owe him some 12 pistols. But if you come to dun me, I can tell you that you'd have acted wiser to stay in his cellar and drain his biggest tongue.
I know nothing of your depth, Corporal.
What do you know, then, by the horns of Beelzebub? It did not seem to me that you were tongue-tied as I came up.
I am endeavoring to tell you.
Well, speak up, then, for I've more to do than gossip with civilians.
Knowing of your length of service with the Musketeers, I wondered if you could enlighten me about 3 comrades-at-arms who called themselves Athos, Porthos, and Aramis.
Athos? Porthos? Of course I remember them. I don't forget things like the young fools of today. I remember all.
Can you tell me, then, who they were?
Athos was a nobleman, the Count of some place I've forgotten, who took the shine out of all of us with his sovereign style and magnificent manners, which did not save him from dying like an old dog in his mansion in Blessois.
And the other 2?
Aramis was a priest, who sometimes wore a musketeer's uniform. And Porthos was a beef-eater, a giant.
Plague on it, you were not lenient to your old companion.
Then why should I be? They were the ones who enjoyed the plums.
But what of Aramis and Porthos?
Yeah. Aramis became a bishop, and Porthos a baron. Royal favors that they hastened to requite with rebellion and ingratitude.
Rebellion? What do you mean?
They were mixed up with Fouquet in a great conspiracy. They were the leaders who defended Belle Isle against the king's men. Why, I've seen the sentence which condemned the pair to death for treason.
Porthos, a traitor? Impossible. You are a liar.
What? No man shall call me that.
Nor shall you say Porthos was a traitor and live.
By treason he committed. He was a traitor.
You lie. And with my sword, I'll prove it to you.
Gentlemen, think what you're about. Throwing sword before a royal residence.
My sword shall not be sheathed till I avenge the honor of my father.
You have spoken words which make you equal to me in age, and for which you must answer.
I know what it entails. I stand my ground.
That is the bell which will release my sentry. Monsieur de Champagnac and Gas, this stranger and I are going to take a stroll for the good of our health. When you are relieved by the Swiss guard, leave your muskets in the guardhouse and join us in the forest. You understand?
Yes, Corporal.
Good. Monsieur Decrevaux and Dericourt will also come with us. We will go singly so as not to attract undue attention. We will meet at St. Fiacre's Oak. Is it understood?
We will be there, Corporal.
Come on then, stranger, let us go. As I have said, for the good of our health.
Is this the clearing you spoke of.
Yes, we have arrived. Gentlemen, 2 of you will kindly act as seconds to our young fighting cock here, while the others stand by me.
Equivaux and I will stand by the Breton.
It is understood that you are not to interfere whatever takes place, save as the second's duty regulates, and testify at need that the fight was properly managed and that I dispatch this gentleman according to the rules.
We understand.
Good. My sword is ready.
And I am ready for you, monsieur.
My friend, you have but little time to live, and yet you are so anxious to begin.
I have been taught 'tis foolishness to bet upon the outcome of a duel before 'tis fought.
There is no doubt of this one, boy. Look at the faces of your seconds. Do you not want to send messages, then, by these gentlemen before we begin?
I see no need.
Very well. Then look to it.
I mean to.
He fights well, the Breton. He does not wince under the attack, whose but stands like a statue, with mechanical arm playing the sword.
De Brege will not have the easy task, he thought.
Come, come. You did not expect that, eh? Huh. I did intend only to lay you up for a few weeks. But now I see I shall have to finish you off completely. Guard yourself.
De Brege is an expert. Oh, the lad stands no chance.
Experience tells in this game, and he is confident. Yes, experience and confidence are hard to beat.
Breton uses trust I thought none but a musketeer would know. See, he is more sure of himself as the fight goes on.
Why, you're right. And the corporal loses assurance as his opponent gains it. Hey, watch. He's quickened now. De Brege is losing ground.
Our man has youth upon his side, and strength.
Death of my life, see that?
He's lost his sword. De Brege's lost his sword.
Such a thrust, straight as a line it was.
He's dead. No, wait, he tries to speak.
The thrust of Porthos.
He is dead. Yes. Nothing can be done.
Nothing.
What did he mean? The thrust of Porthos.
Was it the strong, straight thrust you used to end the fight?
It must have been. Though I'd not heard it called that name before. Porthos, my father, taught it to a man who first put sword into my hand, and he taught me how to use it.
Porthos? Your father?
I have avenged his name.
In fair and valiant fight.
Monsieur, you fought bravely. You will do well to leave this place as soon as may be. The royal edicts against dueling are strict. And the constabulary here are not to be trifled with.
I cannot run away.
You'd best go now while there's yet time.
If we are questioned, we have seen nothing. De Brege must have been killed by some stranger. Do you agree, comrades?
Of course.
Yes. Then go, my friend, before you are caught. It would be a sin indeed if such a gallant fighter were confined in the Bastille.
Very well, then. I'll go, for I must be back in Paris before Vespers.
Paris? My friend, go further afield than that. You are of a build that people notice. And though we keep our silence, others must have noticed you.
I cannot go further than Paris. I have business there.
Very well. I can do no more. But believe me, to kill a musketeer in the Queen's own woods is not a small thing. Monsieur, I warn you, you are in grave danger.
You are certain of these things, Bois Laurier?
Quite certain, my lord. Marchioness makes no secrets of her feelings.
And you say that she seems more than ever assured of the power of her charms and the success of her ambition.
She is most confident, my lord, and boasts openly that she's been told by a fortune teller that Louis will soon be free to marry her. And by so doing, will raise her to supreme rank in the realm.
By so doing, he will ruin all our hopes and projects completely. When is His Majesty expected back?
According to my information, he's expected to return from Lille to Saint-Germain almost immediately.
Then we must make haste. The circumstances force our hand. We must produce at court immediately the antidote to this noxious influence. The one who will eclipse in youth and beauty the Marchioness de Montespan.
Mademoiselle de Tremblay.
Exactly. You carried out my instructions?
To the letter, my lord. I had her followed when she left the Nantes. She is staying with an ancient relative whose infirmities keep her indoors in the Rue Tournelle.
Oh.
She comes forth in the mornings to call on various lawyers, prophets, and so on. And in the evening has announced her intention of attending Vespers at the Church of St. Paul.
You have done well. Now, can you find me some bold fellow devoid of principle who will do any kind of work if he be well paid for it?
I have the very fellow you want. Your Excellency will be well suited. He styles himself Captain Cordoue, and has been recently up from the country. He needs work. You can have him at a reduced price.
Oh, well, things fit in for me. And how long may I depend on his services?
As long as your purse holds out, my lord.
Good, good. Then you'll arrange anything.
I can do so immediately. The rogue is here and waiting here.
Now? Oh, Porthos, you are a mind reader and invaluable to me.
Knowing the urgency of this matter, my lord, I took the liberty of bringing Captain Cordoue with me. I'll bring him in now if you wish it. Will you see him immediately?
Yes, Poirier, yes, at once. Ah, Poirier, my friend. How D'Artagnan, Athos, and Porthos would have looked with contempt upon the webs I am spinning now.
My lord, we work towards a great goal.
Those valiant champions of the wronged and oppressed. But times have changed. The great conspiracies have gone and given place to domestic intrigues. The old man's privilege to think nostalgically of the past and its glories. But come, let us do the business in hand. Bring me your rogue, Cordoue, and let us prepare a reception at St. Paul's for the lovely Mademoiselle Aurore.
The Church of St. Paul's in the gathering Paris twilight, its spires reaching up to the darkening sky, its steps worn saucer-shaped by the feet of centuries. In its dim, candle-lit pews, a few old women listen to evening prayers, and Mademoiselle Aurore de Tremblay kneels reverently in the chapel of the Virgin. Outside, where the shadows are closing into pools of darkness, two people are waiting for her. On the worn steps, the tall figure of Joël, and over the road, half hidden in a doorway, the redoubtable Captain Cordoue with several of his followers.
Should she not be out by now, comrades?
We have not much experience with church-going, Captain.
I worried you hadn't. Tell me, do you recognize the man upon the steps there?
There's something most familiar in his eye.
And so there should be. But it is none other than the Breton peasant whom we met upon the Salma road. And it seems we're waiting for the same young lady. And I'll be glad to meet the rogue again and to have the saucy damsel in my power, too.
Don't forget the pretty bird has beak and claws to defend herself, as well as the rustic.
Have we not a gag to prevent her making too much noise? As for the clown, we've 10 good blades to do for him. Did you see Big Purse?
Yes. He's in the coach waiting. At the end of the little lane where they must walk. I gave him your instructions.
The rest of the men?
They're with him.
Quiet now. Here she comes. He's joined the rustic on the steps. We'll follow quietly and at a safe distance until I give the signal. No nonsense, mind. It is the special order of the noble lord who employs us. Take your time and do the thing well. Come now.
Mademoiselle, I have been waiting. I wanted to talk with you again.
And I with you, monsieur. Come, you may escort me. It is a dark lane beside the church where I must go.
In truth, there are few about. And if I'm not mistaken, this sudden darkness means a storm.
Tell me, have you commenced your inquiries? Do you still count upon the success of your mission?
I have made some inquiries, but unfortunately to little purpose. But what of your steps? Do they bid fair?
Alas, I am not one to make supplication, having a proud spirit. If it were my own money was at stake, and not that of these poor orphan children...
You would give up the task, then?
Most certainly. And leave town the next day.
Leave town?
What else would you expect? I am not a Parisian. I am frightened and alone in this great city. How much better to live in the country that I know. My country is your own, too. With the wild rose and the golden firs, the cliffs and the ocean.
And you would be content to dwell there, alone?
I should esteem myself happy above all women if I had beside me one whom my heart had chosen.
You mean some grand nobleman?
Oh, my poor Joël, no. I am poor, and I've confessed that I'm proud. And this very pride prevents me from accepting anything from the man who weds me, save the wedding ring. But as a daughter of a noble, I am bound not to marry beneath me. Oh, why do you sigh? I am patient, and we are young. Can we not wait in confidence until heaven shall have blessed our efforts? Or until either you find your sire's name or make one for yourself?
Merciful heavens! What are you saying?
Simply that I believe you love me. Am I not right?
Indeed, mademoiselle. Aurore, I do not know how you could have guessed, and yet, yes, I love you with all my heart. You are my life, and have been since the moment I set eyes upon you.
And I love you. To learn which, I had no need to hear the tale from your lips. I had but to listen to the beating of my own heart.
Aurore. Aurore, I cannot believe that this is true, and yet, see, I hold you in my arms. So frail, so small you are.
Yet strong in my love for you, Joël. Oh, see, the very heavens are thundering out our love. Come, we must hurry or we shall get wet.
One kiss before we go.
Oh, behind you! Joël, look behind you.
Yeah. So much for your protector, my fine lady.
Help! Help, Joël!
Come down this way. We have a carriage waiting.
Joël! Joël!
Aurore! Aurore! I'm coming!
Here, lockmaker, hold her. I'll deal with this gentleman.
Unhand her! Out of my way! Aurore!
No passage this way, my lord.
You! The captain of the Royal Marauders!
None other. And I'll mark you this time for good where my pistol ball left a trace.
My sword will answer you, my gallows bird, though not the business end. So much for you. And now for these fine birds. Who's next for my sword? Stand back, Aurore, while I deal with them. Come now, who's next? You, sir? Or you? Stand back, you villains. Stand and fight like men. Aurore, are you hurt? Have they harmed you? Truly, I'd have killed the three of them with my own bare hands had they harmed a hair of your head.
Joël. I am not hurt. So afraid that I can scarcely stand. And so you saved me from these rogues.
I split his head, the knave, and would have run the others through had they stayed.
Yet heaven help us, Joël, for this time we're lost. It seems the whole army has sprung from cracks in the ground. And even your sword cannot cope with all this lot.
Sometimes it is wiser to retreat.
And yet I swear I cannot run a step. Oh, save yourself, Joël, for I cannot walk, let alone run.
Save myself and leave you here? Quickly, let me carry you.
Oh, hurry, Joël, hurry and leave me, for I will impede your progress. And there is no time.
No more than a feather. There you are.
There he is. There, has on his shoulders, running like a dog. After him!
And well for you that I am on my own, for had I not this precious burden, my sword would have had a gala day among you. Thank heaven we are safe. At least I think we are. I see no sign of any of the villains. The storm has fought upon our side. They'll never find us in this downpour. Aurore! Mercy on us, is she dead? Aurore! No, it is but a faint, as on the summer highway, and who can blame her? She's frightened half to death and now wet through. I must find some place for her, or she will die. And yet I know not where we are, and cannot see. The rain is like a wall all around us. Yet wait. That lightning showed a door that seemed familiar. Can it... Am I... I am. The Lord be praised. I do believe we are safe.
Merciful heavens. What apparition is this out of the storm?
I do beseech you, go to your mistress. Tell her I need her help. Tell her Joël of Locmaria has come to claim her promise. Take me quickly to Françoise d'Aubigné.
Stay so peacefully, my little one. May heaven protect you all this night.
Madame.
Oh, Honorin, wait till I close the door. You wake the baby. Now, Honorin, what is it?
Madame, there is a man at the door.
A man? At this hour? And on such a night? What does he want?
To speak with you, madame. He said to tell you it was Joël of Locmaria.
Oh, that one. He is a brave gentleman, Honorin, to whom I owe some gratitude.
And he is in trouble, madame. He has with him a young lady who's very pretty, upon my word, but seemingly in a swoon, for he carries her in his arms, and they are both wet through.
Where are they?
I took the liberty, madame. They are in the audit.
I will go at once. Monsieur.
Oh, for pity's sake, lady, help her. You promised help. Take care of her for me, madam, and truly I will repay you.
Honorin, call Nicole and Suzette quickly. Let the bed in the blue room be warmed, and bring my traveling medicine set.
Yes, once, madame.
And hurry.
Nicole.
I must explain to you, lady.
Not now, later. Where are those girls? We have no time for explanations now, monsieur. First things first. We must revive this child at once.
Lady, if you can...
Suzette, Nicole. Oh, how slow you've been. Carry this lady to the blue room. Take off her wet clothes and put her to bed. I will look among my remedies for what is most fitting for her. Gently, and hurry now.
You are most kind, lady. And I do appreciate...
Yes, I know. You stay here, sir, and bide in patience. The sick room is no place for a man. And you'd take up more space than most. Have patience, monsieur. I will come back to you as soon as the patient no longer needs my presence. Then you may tell me of the circumstances.
Half the night gone. And still no sign of her. No sign of anybody except soft footsteps and whispering somewhere along the corridor. Truly, this means the room must be very ill indeed. And in saving her from those ruffians, I have but sent her to her grave with rain and cold and fever. And yet, if she were dying, they would surely send for me. How long she stays away? How long?
Keep a good heart, monsieur. All is well.
Thank heaven for that mercy. And for your kindness.
Mademoiselle du Tremblay, her name came out in the babble of her fever, is asleep. I have given her a calming potion, and she rests peacefully now. Yet it seems to me she was overcome by some great terror.
Indeed, madam, she was. I met her after Vespers in the Church of St. Paul, and was escorting her home through the Rue Petit Musc.
That is a very dark and lonely place. I know it.
It was not lonely for long tonight, madam. For we were attacked by a band of ruffians who seemed set upon abducting mademoiselle.
That's strange. Did she carry money? Is she wealthy?
Far from it. I split one ruffian's head and frighted away two others. And then suddenly it seemed we were surrounded by villains. I took mademoiselle upon my shoulder and ran. The storm fought on our side, and in the rain we lost them. And found you.
It is fortunate that you did. You've had a strange adventure, and a terrifying one. But fear not for mademoiselle's sake. She'll be calm on waking in a safe place, and with her defend the viper. If she's not, I will call in Segon.
Segon? Is he a doctor?
The royal physician, monsieur. I would have you know, monsieur, I am governess to the royal children. I have some little influence.
Then he will save her. For indeed, lady, if he should fail, I should no longer wish to live.
Oh, come, sir. I do assure you the young lady is not in danger of death. What she feels is but the consequence of fear on a high-strung character.
May heaven hear you and bless you for what you've done this night.
And now it is time to talk of you.
Of me? But I am of no importance, I assure you. It is Mademoiselle.
You need dry clothes.
I am not so delicate. But turn before the fire a glass of wine to warm me through.
That is what I am talking of. I have asked Honor and here he is. Here's wine, monsieur, to warm you. Put it down, Honor, and then we'll find dry clothes for you. I cannot have two of you on my hands, indeed I can't.
I find no words, lady, for your kindness.
Then do not try. But pour yourself some wine. That will do, Honor, and thank you.
This will warm me. Your health, lady.
So, you are in love with Mademoiselle du Tremblay?
I know not how you guessed, but indeed you are right.
Do you love her so dearly that you would sacrifice your fortune to her, if need arose?
Madam, I would not only sacrifice my fortune, but my lot in paradise.
A Breton talking of bartering his salvation? Good gracious, this is getting serious. And does Mademoiselle return this sentiment?
She has told me that she does.
Oh, my honor, this opens like a romance. But before the finale can be reached, what crosses and disappointment.
Why so? If we both love each other, and indeed we do.
No, sir. Because you are simple and honest, you believe the whole world likewise. Do you not realize you have a rival?
A rival?
How otherwise do you account for this attempt at abduction tonight? I vow there was a thwarted train in the background, some dangerous personage who stops at North. For this first time, his plans have failed. But what of next time, monsieur?
Do you believe these scoundrels are in hire to someone lost here?
Oh, come. You think that one would easily renounce the desire to secure such a girl as Mademoiselle du Tremblay?
Out upon him, I must kill this man.
Do you know him, then?
I shall seek him until I find him.
A very problematical result, my friend. Has he not as much reason to keep in the background as you to discover him? May he not have at his hand the means most plentiful to elude you?
No matter, I will seek him out.
He is doubtless a rich and powerful man who has an army of cutthroats at his back. And you stand alone, save for your sword. From the high-handed manner in which he acts, I should say he is either a great noble, assured he may have brave justice, or a rich one able to bribe it.
Madame, the lady has returned.
Madame? But she left for Saint-Germain some hours ago.
They were turned back by the storm. She has decided to remain here for the night and go back to Saint-Germain tomorrow.
Oh, upon my honor, what a night we're having. Leave Nicole to watch with Mademoiselle, Honor, and send Suzette to see my lady's bed is made ready. You see to it some supper is prepared, and I'll go down to her immediately.
Yes, madame.
Monsieur, this is the answer to our trouble.
In what way? I do not understand. Who has arrived so late?
The lady whom you served as cavalier the other night.
Athanase?
The Marchioness de Montespan. Does that name mean nothing to you?
Nothing.
No matter now, for I've no time to wait. I must go down to her. Stay here until Honorin returns. He'll show you to a room where you may change your clothes and get some rest. And you may rest easy now, for all will be well. I do assure you.
But may I not see Aurore?
In the morning when she has rested, I promise you. Be of good heart now. Good night, monsieur.
Good night.
So you have come at last, Francois.
As quickly as I could, my lady.
What is all this Suzette tells me about a young lady fainting on our doorstep? On my honor, Francois, one would think you were running a hospital.
She was caught in a storm, as you were, my lady. And worse, she is in great danger. For like you, she has powerful enemies.
Indeed.
Who is she? Her name is Mademoiselle du Tremblay. And oh, my lady, my heart goes out to one so young and beautiful. And in such trouble.
Your heart is far too soft, Francois.
Indeed, my lady. I hope your heart is soft in this instant also. For without your help, I am afraid the child is lost.
How so?
You are the only one powerful enough, my lady, to protect her from the man who seeks to harm her. She is young, beautiful, poor, alone in the world, for she is an orphan. If you could but take her under your wing, protect her as you have protected me, I'm sure she would repay you with everlasting gratitude.
She is young, you say? And beautiful?
As the spring, my lady.
And an orphan. Yes, that suits my purpose well.
What do you mean?
Tomorrow, when I am rested, I will see your Mademoiselle de Tremblay, Francoise. And if she is all you say, I will look after her and take her with me to Saint-Germain. Young, beautiful, and orphan. It could not have been better. Yes, Francoise, you may rest in peace. I think I shall be able to use your protégé. If she is all you say, Francoise, I will take her with me to Saint-Germain. It is only Christian to help one's less fortunate neighbors. Poor child. Young, beautiful, alone in the world. Could not have been better. You may rest in peace, my friend. I think I shall be able to use your protégé. Well, what is the matter now? Is not that what you wanted?
Yes, my lady. But I wondered... You say you can use Mademoiselle?
I merely said I could use her as one of my ladies, of course. What did you think I meant, Francois?
I wasn't sure, my lady. I did not...
I know. You did not understand. And perhaps it is well for you, my gentle Francois, that you do not. Affairs of state, court intrigue, these are not for you.
Who knows, my lady? The future is not easy to read.
No, it is not. And yet I feel if one is strong enough, one can build the future to one's own design. Shape it, mold it as one wishes. His strength and power.
Yes, my lady.
Beauty fades, they say, and power with it. Alas, even I cannot keep young forever. But I tell you this, Francoise. My beauty I may lose, but my power, that I shall keep. I shall be Queen of France. Has it not been foretold? Queen of France. And not a mere figurehead, I warrant you. My fingers shall be on the pulse of a continent. Countries shall rise and fall at my order. Beauty? A fig for beauty. Serving maids may have it. But power, Francois. I shall be the most powerful woman in all Europe. But now to bed. For pity's sake, let us get some sleep. Although I deride beauty, I have no wish to lose it before my time to let it.
It has been a tiring night, my lady.
Indeed it has. Keep your charges quiet in the morning, I pray you, for I have no wish to be disturbed.
The lights go out in the grey house, and if there are those who lie awake in the darkness, planning, dreaming of the future, there is no sign of it. But in the grand mansion near the Anjou quay, the lights still blaze, and there is no doubt whatever what the master is thinking. The Duke of Almada leans forward in his chair, his long, thin fingers clasping the carved armrest, his bright eyes snapping with anger.
So, he has failed, Boislardier. This cutthroat of whom you thought so highly.
It was scarcely his fault, my lord.
Failure, my good Boislardier, is never anyone's fault.
First it was that Manzot was not unaccompanied. Then the storm. And the Breton fought like a regiment, not like one man.
I can well believe it. He is of the size for fighting.
Although there were 10 men against one, he showed every inclination to fight the lot. Of course, sheer weight of numbers would have told against him, had it not been for the rain. And Captain Corbeau's report...
Confound that fellow.
Who, my lord? Corbeau?
No, this bucolic Amadis who happened upon the scene. The Breton.
The lad from the Samarope. He seems destined to cross our path.
We must settle accounts with him when we have time, Boislardier.
Yes.
I should have liked to help him on. He pleased me greatly last time we met. Some indescribable, mysterious sympathy draws me to the young giant. When I first saw him, I felt that cold tremor which the superstitious say denotes someone walking on a grave.
My lord, he is only a Breton peasant. The lad is much brawn, but little consequence in our scheme.
True. And yet his appearance and his manner remind me of a dear old friend whose loss wrung from me many tears. I should have liked to help him for that alone. But the upstart deliberately places himself in the way and upsets my plans. So much the worse for him. Never has man thwarted me and not repented it. I level obstacles. I overthrow adversaries and I kill enemies. The lad must be disposed of.
At once, my lord?
It is the girl we want at once, Boilarier. Find her first, deal with the Breton later. Tonight we have failed. Apparently through nobody's fault but the intervention of the heavens on the fact. Next time, we must succeed.
You intend to try again?
Naturally. The girl is important to our plans, my friend. We need her, and we need her quickly. For His Majesty is expected back at Saint-Germain within this week. The Marchioness left this afternoon. If she is there to greet the king, then I must be also. That is only etiquette. And with me must be Mademoiselle du Tremblay.
Then we must make another attempt to take the girl at once.
At once, Boilarier. See that it is better planned this time. You know where she lives. You know what she does. We have no time to waste, for the king is on his way home. Have her here tomorrow night, Boilarier. Tomorrow night.
I shall do my best, my lord.
More than your best, my friend. Wherever she may hide, you shall find her. Whatever her defense, you shall overcome it. There is no house strong enough, no man powerful enough to hide her from us. I want her here tomorrow, Boilarier, and this time I shall permit no failure.
You are sure she is quite recovered, madam?
Keep your voice down, I beg of you. If my lady should hear you at this early hour, I vow she'd awaken such a rage all our plans would be undone.
But is she quite recovered this morning, madam? Aurora, I mean.
I did not think you meant anyone else, monsieur. She is not quite recovered. These things take time. But she is calmer and more rested. I think she will be glad to see you.
And I to see her. Are you taking me to her now?
In just a moment. Have patience, please. I must first explain the plans I have made on her behalf. Step in here a moment. Then we can talk without danger.
Danger? But you said...
I meant danger of waking my lady. And believe me, that is danger indeed. For upon her goodwill depend all our schemes. You said last night the name of Marchioness de Montespan meant nothing to you. You do not know her position at the court?
She is at the court, then? One of the Queen's ladies, no doubt.
How angry she would be to hear you say so. No, she is... how shall I put it? A great friend of the king. His greatest, dearest friend. Up to the present time. She is therefore a very powerful woman. And if she were to take Aurora under her wing...
I see. All you want is her protection. Well, I will ask it of the lady.
You?
Why not?
Do you want to ruin everything?
But why? She showed herself interested in me.
That is the very reason.
I do not understand.
There is no need for you to understand, monsieur.
You are laughing at me.
Don't be angry. Truly, I have not had such fun for years. Your innocence is unbelievable. Now listen, and do not interrupt. I have asked Madame to take your Aurora under her wing, and she has agreed. Mademoiselle du Tremblay shall stay with me until she is well enough to go to Saint-Germain. There she will lodge with the Marchioness, and under the roof of a royal residence. I am sure no harm will come to her. You understand?
With gratitude.
Good. Now you may see your Aurora. Come, and quietly mind. I do not want my patient disturbed more than is necessary. Through here. Mademoiselle, I have brought you a visitor. Quietly.
Aurora, how glad I am to see you safe again. Indeed, you frightened me more than all those cutthroats.
Oh, hush, monsieur. Don't speak of it. But don't try to talk, my child. It is enough for you to look and listen.
It is enough for me to see you smile again. Even such a wan smile as that. And to feel your hand in mine.
My child, listen to me and try to understand. You were in grave danger. No, don't talk just yet. You were in danger, but now you are among friends. You see, I am not deceiving you, so a champion is by your side.
She is indeed a loyal friend, Aurora, and one whom we may trust.
We are your friends, child, and have made plans to shield you, both from the malady which keeps you in bed and from the plots which threaten you. You have no more to fear, mademoiselle. And if you can believe this, you will soon be recovered.
There is nothing to fear now, I promise you.
But we must have quiet, monsieur.
You want me to go now?
Yes. Mademoiselle needs rest. And I want you to take a message to Madame de la Musketeer.
The relative with whom Aurora lodged?
Yes. She must have been greatly frightened by Mademoiselle's continued absence. You must set her fears at rest and tell her what we propose.
But I may come back.
Is not your presence a remedy better than I could prescribe? Begone now, monsieur. Of course you may come back. We shall expect you tonight.
Why, me sword, they get soldiers up as early as innkeepers these days. Archers of the guard, no less. Swinging down the road as if they owned all Paris. And coming right this way, unless I'm mistaken. Was the time I'd have welcomed soldiers to the trumpeter any morning, rain or shine. These men march with too purposeful a step to bode any good.
Escort! Halt! Who remain at the door? The remainder with me. You there, staring like a heathen. Are you the landlord of this inn?
At your service.
Landlord, we come in the king's name. You have a guest, freshly arrived from the country?
Oh, better than that, I have two.
We mean the one who has just come from Saint-Germain.
Do you tell me, Captain, one has gone to Saint-Germain? Oh, good. A travel shapes a young man when it does not knock him out of shape.
We know he went from here. The postmaster has sworn to seeing him leave on a fine horse. And the innkeeper at Peck vows he left it there.
Left his horse there? Well, that proves at least he is an honest young man.
Friend, you are merry, but I am in no mood. Where is the lodger now?
Oh, how do I know? He's not here, that's certain. But he forgot to come home last night.
Are you sure?
Oh, would I deceive a captain of the King's Guard?
You are rogue enough for anything. In that you do not deceive me. I warrant the bird is still in his nest, and you do but talk for time. The police agent set to watch last night reported a light in his bedroom.
I tell you it. Oh, well, if he's there, you'd better go and take him.
Indeed, I will. Brisette, Javert, upstairs with you and bring me down the rogue who hides so coyly in his room. After him, then.
If I may make so bold, Captain, what is it you want with this young man? If I'm not misinformed, it's still no crime to visit Saint-Germain and to leave a horse at the inn there.
I simply obey orders.
Oh, I see. You're but an underling and not informed of these matters.
Friend, you should know an officer does not query orders. But I will tell you this. He is a desperate character.
Yes, he certainly sounds it.
Some say that he's a murderer and some a thief. But Monsieur de la Reynie himself gave orders for his arrest. As it is, he's sure to be of great importance. I think that he is a poisoner.
Unhand me, rogue! Do I look so unchivalrous as to refuse my presence when the king requests it? Stop pushing, you useless hulk. I'm coming. And without your assistance, You great mountain of flesh, stand back and let a gentleman walk with dignity.
Upon my soul, he is no bigger than a child. I had expected, well, certainly not this little fellow.
Literal indeed, you impertinent fellow. What was my Lord Lieutenant thinking of to insult a cavalier of my rank and quality with such poor protection as this rebel? Literal indeed. Ponderon, my dear friend, at His Majesty's request, it seems, I leave your friendly roof.
Come now, enough of this.
Patience, my overgrown peasant. Allow a gentleman to make his farewells in a fitting manner.
You are but wasting time.
I have plenty to waste. Farewell, my good Bonleron. I will return anon. Come, my pretty watchdog. Do not keep a cavalier waiting. March me along, boys. And mind I do not escape, for I am a dangerous character, as my enemies well know. And for all my size, could beat the lot of you into the cobblestones, if I'd a mind to.
Escort! March!
Monsieur! My good Bolero, what has happened?
Monsieur Joel, what are you doing here?
There was a great crowd along the street, and when it drew closer, I saw it was Friquet the dwarf, marched off as a prisoner with a guard of archers. Some said it was for sacrilege, others forgery. Tell me, what has happened?
Oh, why have you come back, monsieur? Hide yourself, I beg of you, and let no one know that you're here.
Hide? But why?
Oh, don't stand there gaping. You're big enough to be seen at 3 miles distance. Don't you understand, monsieur? Hide yourself. Your life is in danger.
What are you talking about? And what has this to do with Friquet?
Monsieur, he was arrested in your stead. The police are fools. They had to arrest somebody, and it seems they cannot even tell the difference between a giant and a dwarf. But undoubtedly somebody at headquarters will be wiser, and they'll come back. At the moment, you've been given a reprieve. Well, they've taken Friquet to charge him with whatever you did at Saint-Germain.
I dueled with that rogue, de Braggy, and I ran him through.
You dueled? Oh, monsieur, and a musketeer? You killed a musketeer? Monsieur Joel, will you please come inside? Do you not see? You've broken the law.
Where will they take him?
To Châtelet prison. But you're a fool to stand about talking when Providence has given you time to get away. If you're found, you'll be executed without doubt. Dueling is bad enough, but a musketeer...
Point me out the way to Châtelet.
I've been pointing out your doom. Take heed,
I must take heed for little Friquet.
But he is a Parisian, and the Parisian always comes out of escape with glory, even with vain glory. Oh, as your friend, I tell you, make straight for the Saint-Honor gate and take yourself to Brittany, monsieur, while there is yet time.
You cannot be serious. I must go to Châtelet.
Are you attached to nothing that you throw your life away? Oh, that such a one as you should moulder in a jail. Is there no one whom you love? No one to whom you owe a little?
It is cruel to place a man between love and duty. And yet there is no choice. Which way to Châtelet, Bonmorin?
I will not tell you.
Then I must ask another.
I will not let you go, monsieur. I stand between you and the door. You shall not go.
Mine host, you are an honest man, and you must forgive my laying hands upon you, but it seems there is no other way. Out of my way.
You go to your death, you fool.
I go to Châtelet. Farewell, my friend.
Châtelet, grim, grey prison, headquarters of Monsieur de la Reynie, lieutenant of police, who looks up gravely from his desk as an officer of the guard enters followed by the strutting, swaggering dwarf, Briquet.
Ah, Saint-Jean, they tell me you've caught the rogue at last. Well, what in the name of goodness have you brought me here?
My lord, it is the person you ordered me to apprehend.
Are you mad? You cannot have consulted the description given by witnesses. It says here, height over 6 feet, aspect Herculean, dress Breton peasant.
Allow me to assure your lordship, I am the person you seek.
But the description does not fit. Height over 6 feet.
A fig for description. What is an inch or two?
You insist you are the man we seek?
Without a doubt.
Very well. Clerk, prepare to take down the statements of this gentleman. Sergeant, place yourselves beside him. He is now in your custody.
Now? What new game is this? Statement? Clerk? Death of my life, what are you playing at?
Accused, do you acknowledge having maliciously and of aforethought contravened the edict promulgated by our sire the king?
Edict? Is it the sunstroke your lordship suffers from?
The edict bearing upon duels by crossing swords in the royal domain of Saint-Germain-Forest with Corporal de Brégy of the Royal Musketeers, who cannot be pursued by justice from his having unfortunately been killed in the combat.
So that's what the young Hercules has been up to.
I tell you I must see Monsieur de Aramis.
What on earth? Who the deuce is that?
Out of my way. And you. No. If you were 5,000, come you not and stop me. My lord.
Oh, you fool, you fool.
To what am I indebted for this intrusion? What is height? Aspect Herculean.
My lord, I cannot accept my good friend's sacrifice. It was I who violated the edict. It was I who drew my sword in the precincts of Saint-Germain and slew Corporal de Brégy. The king has sent for my head. I bring it him on my shoulders.
Joel, why did you come?
You may go, my little sparrow. Here is your man, Saint-Jean, the one you should have arrested, though it might have cost you your lives. In the name of the king, I charge you to surrender your sword. In the king's name, I arrest you. Take him away, Saint-Jean.
My lord, where are you taking him? What is to become of him?
What is to become of him? I have already told you. The penalty for dueling is death. He goes, Monsieur Cock-Sparrow, to the Bastille.
That such as he should moulder in the Bastille.
Alas, too much strength is like a fever in the blood. It makes a fool of a man. Death of my life, the Bastille.
The truth is, I liked the young fool. I knew him but a matter of hours, yet 'twas the same as if we'd gone through a campaign together. He was an old campaigner, in truth, but he was satisfied with everything. Wine, meat, bread, waiter, and host. Oh, and such an appetite he had, and fenced like a professional. All this to rot in the Bastille.
And all for killing a good for nothing.
Yes, who still owes me for the liquor he enjoyed.
An old fool to be paid for as new. Death of my life, 'tis nothing short of criminal. And I've a mind to complain to His Majesty of such injustice.
His Majesty is not lenient where dueling is concerned, as we all know. Alas, that anyone so powerful as he should have such a poor opinion of fighting. I have a good mind to go back to the wars.
What good will that do, my brave Pont-Laurent?
A good fight takes a man's mind off his troubles. Zoons, but I'm weary of feeding pasty-faced youngsters who know not how to hold a sword. Upon my life, this has decided me. I'll trade my apron for the flag of France and be a soldier again.
Bravo, my friend. I've half a mind to come with you.
Why not? There's war enough for all. The neighbors of France have always felt their duty to keep our army employed. I'm sure we'll find room for a little one like you.
Little? Confound you, man. I've a mind to finish you off with my rapier this instant. and save some foreigner the job.
Oh, peace, friend. I did but joke.
Because a poor witch must use his friends as butts.
I could not wish a comrade with more courage, monsieur. Whatever your size. Come, let's find a war together.
My friend, I like to fight as much as you, but I've come a long way to see the Minister of the Navy, and I'm not easily put off. First things first, I say. Tomorrow I shall take my letter of recommendation to the Lord and see where that will get me. Then I shall think about fighting.
Oh, these things take time. Now that I've made up my mind to fight again, confound it all, I want to fight.
And fight you shall, and I with you. But first I must see the minister. Besides, if we stay in the capital a day or so, we may see Monsieur Chorel again.
My friend, if he's gone to the Bastille, we'll not see him again, though we stay in Paris till the last trump echoes down the Pas de la Mule.
Then I will see the minister as soon as possible. We will make all haste away from this sad spot. Alas, that I, a son of Paris, who sang in the choir with such childish innocence, should now be leaving with a heavy heart, merely because a gentleman insists upon placing his head upon the block to satisfy his honor. You are right. We will go. There is no further use in waiting for Joel.
There is no use in waiting longer, Mademoiselle de Tremblay. Monsieur Joel has not come. He has sent no message. Perhaps he had other business last night. Ah, child, you do not speak with your heart when you say that. Your heart knows he loves you above all things. There could be no other business for Monsieur Joel. No, you are right. I believe that he loves me. There is no doubt of it. He has no other thought but for you.
Oh, Madame d'Aubigny, that is why I'm so alarmed at his absence now. Truly, I know that he would come to me though oceans barred his way. Or at least arrange some message to set my mind at ease.
If you believe so implicitly in his love, and I am assured that you do, you must have faith, child, and wait in patience until you hear from him.
Truly, I will try. But, oh, Madame, I am afraid. If those who attacked me now vent their spite on him who did protect me, if he should die...
Upon my honor, how the young are obsessed with death. He is not one to die easily, your Joel.
And yet, we all must die.
He will come back to you, never fear. Somehow I know. Meanwhile, we must prepare to go to Saint-Germain.
I would definitely prefer to stay here, Madame, in case...
If he comes, Honorin will tell him where you are. Believe me, child, the charity of Madame la Marchioness is not to be trifled with.
She was very kind to me. Surely she would not mind if I stayed here a little while longer.
I have been with my lady many years, mademoiselle. It is better in the long run to do as she wishes. It saves unpleasantness. Besides, it is to your advantage. Here you are in danger. At Saint-Germain you will be safe.
If only I knew Joel was safe also.
He has a strong arm, my child, and a good sword.
But we need not go today.
I think tomorrow. You still need rest, my child. Try to set your mind at ease. Your champion will come back to you, I'm sure of it. In these things, I am never wrong.
If I could but wait...
There is no use waiting, child. He will come when he is able. Enter.
Madame, a message from the lady.
So soon? Can something have gone wrong?
His Majesty the King has arrived at Saint-Germain.
On my honor, so soon?
The messenger says the lady was most concerned that she was not there to welcome him.
Warrant, it was a great disappointment.
Oh, so that Mademoiselle was not with her. She sends orders that you accompany Mademoiselle to Saint-Germain immediately.
Oh, Madame, immediately.
Hush, child, these things cannot be helped. Was that all, Honorin?
No, Madame. The message adds that His Majesty the King has seen fit to honor you, Madame, with the title of Marchioness de Souzay for your care and devotion to the royal children.
Marchioness? Marchioness de Souzay? No,
Oh, His Majesty honors me indeed. Perhaps he was right, the little fortune teller. I must hasten to Saint-Germain to thank my liege. Tell my lady's messenger we shall leave immediately on.
Yes, milady.
Send Nicole and Suzette to me at once and order the carriage on them.
Yes, milady.
Oh, madame, my lady, must I leave this friendly house so soon? Must I leave Paris? And Joël? Child, there is no help for it. Be of good heart, for you are in safe hands. And I am of the firm belief that Providence will watch over such a one as Joël. Come now, bear up, though your heart is heavy with fears and suppositions. When the Marchioness de Montespan summons, it is only the foolhardy who stay behind. We have no time to waste. It is a long journey, and the Marchioness will be waiting.
So, Francoise, you have come. I have been waiting with the utmost impatience.
It is a long journey, my lady, and we made it in good time with all haste.
Was it my summons that brought you, Francoise? Or the king's favor in exalting you to the rank of Marchioness?
I came because you sent for me, my lady.
Though no doubt you are overcome with joy at your new rank also.
Naturally, my lady. I shall beg leave to offer my gratitude to His Majesty at the first opportunity.
Tomorrow morning he holds court in the palace gardens, so you will not have long to wait. Then you may return with all haste to Paris. You have been honored, my dear Francoise, because of your devotion to the royal children, so it seems to me only right that you should return to them as speedily as possible.
Yes, my lady.
Care and devotion to the royal children. Without doubt, that is a barb for me, Francoise. From all reports, His Majesty has not returned in the best of humors with me.
Then you have not seen him, my lady?
He returned unexpectedly. No one has seen him, except the Queen, who is indisposed. Alas, that our beloved Queen should suffer such poor health. Do you remember what the fortune teller said, Francois?
Many things, my lady.
She said all obstacles will be removed from my path, and the Queen is indisposed. It's sad, is it not, Francois?
Is she seriously indisposed, my lady?
Court gossip says not, but one cannot always believe the gossip. It is gossip also that says His Majesty is out of humor with me.
His Majesty is very fond of you, my lady.
His Majesty stands in awe of me, Francoise, and well he may. I have my plans, and I am not to be put aside for a whim or a humor. I have much power, and I intend to keep it. Where is Mademoiselle de Tremblay?
I am here, my lady.
You are right, Francoise. She is beautiful. Why are you trembling, mademoiselle? Is something wrong?
Oh, my lady, truly there is nothing wrong, my lady, but she is overcome with fatigue. She will be better in the morning.
I hope you are right, for tomorrow we wait upon the king. Francoise will offer her grateful thanks for the honor of her new rank, and I have my own communications to make to my lord. Mademoiselle de Tremblay will also appear.
Oh, I beg of you, my lady, to spare me this ordeal, if it be not necessary. I am not used to such gatherings, and am truly indisposed.
I assure you, mademoiselle, it is most necessary.
I am not fully recovered from the malady which...
Upon my honor, child, I never saw one so afeard of meeting royalty. Truly, it is the ambition of most. I know. And yet such pretty weakness and modesty pleases me greatly, as does a pallid cheek and air of frailty. It will be well, have no fear. The king will not bite, I assure you, particularly when you are under my protection.
I must thank you for your charity in offering such protection to me, my lady. And if I seem ungrateful for your kindness, it is but that I do not yet feel sufficiently strong to do you credit at a royal gathering.
It suits me well enough to have you pale and silent. Long tongues trip many feet at court, my child, and you are too young and pretty to be hurt. Have no fear, then. Obey my instructions. Do as I say, and no harm shall come to you. From this moment, mademoiselle, you are in the protection of the Marchioness de Montespan.